Hi everyone, thought I'd get another frame out. I call this a frame number 6. It has a bunch of different relics in it, from bone, flint, pottery, drills. I guess we'll start over here. This is from a box turtle. Looks like they cut it in half. Maybe used it for a knife, or maybe a rodent chew right here. I don't think you could use it for a scraper, anything like that. Here's a piece of bone awl dug out of a cave, highly polished. Oh, these are stuck down. I'll probably mess them all up here. Here's a piece of bone I dug out of a cave. I think this is from a catfish. Piece of an owl that I found on the surface out of a trash pit. Just the tip of it. Looks like it's been chewed on a little bit. Here's another awl. This one's a bird bone. I think it was sharpened and tip broke off from it. That one's stuck down. That's just another awl. There's another one dug out of a cave. Looks like it's broken. It was broken. Probably a part of a deer leg bone. Sharpened. Well polished. Same here. Here's a highly polished awl. This last one's what we call a beamer around here. It's used for scraping. And you can see where it was mainly used right in this area. But all through this edge was split and sharpened down. Polished right, a lot of polish right there, scraping something fairly small in diameter. Up here are some rice shallow side notch points I found. I think this may be, I don't know if it's ruby dew or gasconade shirt. That one's stuck down too. Another rice shallow side notch. Same here. Found this in a little shelter that I dug. Here's a fairly long one. Found eroding out of the bank on the river. Next point, I think is related to Etley people. It's a small, fairly small point, but I think it's been resharpened down quite a bit. Found out in a plowed field. And I found this one not too far from it. This has a more of a square base. They used to call these stone square stems. I think they quit using that name. Just type of point the Italy people had. Here's another one. I think this is, I don't know, probably a woodland point. I'm not sure of the chert type. Over here is some pottery. This is the handle from a jug I dug out of a cave. Actually, I found it in front of the cave. Been weathered quite a bit. It's made out of a grit temper. It's not shell tempered. Real unusual in our area. Here's a bowl of a pipe. Found washing out of a trash pit. Here's another handle from a pot of some sort. Dug out of cave. It's grit tempered also. Not shell tempered. Down here's a bowl of the pipe. Found washing out of a pit. When I found it, it was the whole pipe. It was broken in two pieces, and I brought it back. When it dried out, it just crumbled. So I don't think it was tempered at all. Part of the bulb may, got hot enough where it tempered it and stayed together. These are probably late woodland period. This piece up here is called Spindle Whorl. They use them making thread. They would stick the spindle whorl down in it, spin it so they could spin it. I've seen some of these been called pendants lately, but I think it's spindle whorl. This one down here is a pendant. You can see small, and this drilled up on the top. You can see where the string actually was tied to it. These are all made out of Merrimack cord mart. Here's one they started making but never finished. We found that on the surface also. One I dug out of a cave. They drilled them through both sides. And over here we have a bunch of drills and eccentric. Here's probably the finest little, smallest, sharpest drill I ever found. Found that over at the river. That's lacked about 6 inches of falling in the river. Probably a woodland drill. Here's another one I found in the river. Just made out of a little cobble. Same with this one. It's all river stained. It's been in there, was in there quite a while. It's a larger T-drill. I don't know what kind of a point that came out of. I found this in found some hardened points in there, and that was right around where the hardened points were. Here's a little pencil drill. Here's another. Here's a drill that was probably similar to this T-drill, broken on the bottom. Usually the tips broke off. What else we got? Here's another little T-drill. These little corner notch drill I found with a, this is part of a cache found in a little hole by a shelter. There's another small drill found on the creek bank, or river bank actually. This was another drill found in that cache. They were both pretty small and pointed. Here's a little paddle type drill found on a river bank. It's eccentric. Found above the riverbank here. It's up in the woods. Got a lot of patina on it. This could be Ruby Doo or Gasconade shirt also. And these beads go around as sand cast beads. I'm not sure. They're probably African, but I'm not sure where they all come from. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.